Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. All right, good.
Oh, Rocky.
Yeah. I got a
friend of mine.
Got a cutter right there.
My man.
I saw you had some.
Yeah, okay.
I saw you had a couple of cigar lounges before, right?
Yeah, I did.
And that's one of my passions now. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. Ever since starting this entrepreneurship stuff.
Well,
you need that moment to sit down and.
How long you guys been down there?
We were in Grand Park, open for 5 years.
Oh, really?
But I had a basketball academy before that.
Okay, okay.
And then I had. That was my first business, really.
Where you originally from?
I'm from England.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
London or?
From Sheffield in the north. Lived in London for a little bit. But I mean, basketball brought me here. I don't know if you can tell. Obviously 5'9" from England.
Yeah.
First guess, right? It would have been basketball. But I wanted to play in the NBA, dude. I thought I was going. All the way growing up. I played for England, played for the national team, and found a way to get here.
Right, right.
And I was like, all right.
Hey.
So that was the dream. Huge dream, you know?
No.
Stupid dream.
The only sports I ever played was golf.
Okay.
You know, I played football a little bit.
Yeah.
But golf was really my thing because I mean, I wouldn't really, honestly, like, I wasn't really into sports. My grandfather played golf, so I had to go play. Then I played middle school, high school. I was like the little tiger. And then when I went to college, man, those fucking guys, I went to college in Boca for a little bit, and those fucking guys could play, man. I'm like, shit, then I was chasing the girls and shit, man. It was like, and then when I tried to start back playing, my homeboy had started playing. He ain't never played golf in his life, and he kicked my ass, man. And I was like, man, you know what, fuck this.
So, you're kind of a, well now, I don't know if it's been this way all your life, but you're a pretty driven guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you always that way? Like, because you're talking about golf, like, was that a dream for you, like basketball was for me, or?
No, it's more so like for my grandfather, like just to do something and make him happy, you know what I mean? And I couldn't really, I was kind of like uncoordinated.
Was there a big dream? Did you have anything that you?
Just to be a mortician. That was my biggest dream. Yep, absolutely. That was it for me. You know, and I made that happy, and I made that happen, and then I kind of switched it over to.
Where did that come from, though?
Just when my grandfather died, it really intrigued me, man. You know, like the limousines. And I remember asking my dad, like, why they planting granddad? You know what I mean? And it just really intrigued me, man. So I was like, that was like when I was 7, 8. And then I started like having funerals for bees and frogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I would start working for a local funeral home, man, and from there, you know, I always wanted to own my own funeral home, and I wanted to have generational funeral homes, like 100 years old, you know, for my kids. And then they just really ain't have no interest in, you know, the funeral home. They're still young, but they you know, so I had to like think, shit, you know, I'm doing this for them, and they don't really want to take this shit over, man, and so I just decided like to look at different things, man, and now I'm so sick of that bitch. Like today, on the way here, I seen them, it was a funeral procession, and like, oh God, like my stomach just started hurting. I'm like, oh God, I did not miss that on a Saturday.
How long were you in the funeral business?
Gosh, 20 years.
Okay.
No, I'm tripping. I know I'm 44. Shit, 30 years. 30 years. So I retired. I said I'd be in there 30 years, and I was gonna retire.
Yeah.
And then I retired this year and started focusing more on this brand, and which I like a lot better than the funeral business because you ain't got to deal with all the bullshit in the morning and people who, you know, taking their anger out on you and not having money, and it was just like, man, I just like, fuck it, man, I'll do something different, you know.
So your granddad had a big impact on you.
Yeah, he did.
Made you play golf, took you all the way to college with golf.
Yep.
And then his funeral was almost the catalyst for you.
Well,
opening a 30-year business, like that's not. Like
well, it's two separate granddads. So my other granddad died earlier, and the granddad who inspired me to play golf, he died maybe about 3 years ago.
Okay.
So it's two separate. So I guess both of them really inspired me.
Both of them took you to. One gave you a 30-year
business
plan, and the other one took you to college playing golf, and I'm sure you still play golf. Because I saw on your Instagram and like just the title that you put there and was a real CEO.
Right.
Right. And to me that resonates a lot because I meet a lot of fake CEOs every day, right? Every single day, every time I'm sitting down and talking about, as soon as I mention a business, everybody's got an idea.
Right.
They're a CEO of something.
Right.
But yours says a real CEO.
Yeah, exactly.
So that little thing in the middle,
the real,
means something.
Right.
Because like, I mean, just looking at, I got a list of your businesses here, right? Like Boston Mortuary, American Standard Vault, Cremation Society, Cremation Services of Atlanta, Firehouse Bar and Lounge, Secret Society Cigar Bar. What was that? Stump Sound Oyster Company.
Yep. Hippin Hops. Yep. Now I sold. That's the CEO.
Right.
Yeah, right. And those aren't like no
I'm a
bullshit
business owner.
companies. Like,
I'm a business owner.
Right.
I'm not a CEO yet.
Right.
I aspire to be a CEO.
Right.
But a lot of people put it on their Instagram, they got a business and they're a CEO all of a sudden.
Right.
And they want to skip steps.
Right.
To get there. Like when you say CEO, what do you mean by real CEO?
The chief executive officer. You know, the head honcho.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm like just a regular guy, man. Honest to God, like you see me today, I'm in there brewing beer. I ain't gotta be brewing beer.
Right.
I just enjoy it, and I think like with all my business, I worked extremely hard in them for the first 6 months, all of them, for like the first 6 months. That way, I'll know how everything goes. You know, like if I'm not there, I can look at my camera and look at my numbers, make sure ain't nobody stealing. If I got somebody brewing and that's an issue with my brew house, he could call me, I can walk him through it. You know, it's just like being able, and then when people, like your employees see you working, you know, they really respect you more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I tell them I wouldn't pay you to do something that I wouldn't do. And that doesn't mean if it's cleaning the toilets, wiping tables, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it because I wanna be successful.
So this is where I'm interested. This is why I wanted to meet you, right? So you created all these businesses. I think I saw somewhere in Charlotte, was it? You had the reputation of you started Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's a badass title.
It is.
Right? Successful. Why are you in here brewing, right? So like, to me, my only question that I want to know is, what is happiness to you?
You know, man, honestly, I love to start a brand, see it get up and running, and even if I sell it or whatever, I work in it, you know, that's what I enjoy. But you know, I look at my life now. Yeah, I'm 44, and I think what really makes me happy now is the quality of life. You know, like with the funeral home, that shit was stressing me out, man. You know, it's like, honestly, my wife ran the funeral homes and I kind of ran, you know, everything else. And but now it's like the quality of life. You know, I want to get to $1 billion. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit. You know, a little poor kid from Reedsville, North Carolina, and you get to millions of dollars. Yeah. Well, why can't you get $1 billion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's my focus right now with this brand. Honestly, I think, you know, how unique it is to have a black-owned brewery.
Yeah.
You know, not business brewery.
Right.
You know, it's like they don't exist in this country.
Yeah.
You know, and when we open Stone Mountain, we'll be the biggest one in the country. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, you know, and our beer is not bad. I mean, I think once we get into stores and we got people at Trader Joe's reaching out to us, you know, so I think once we get into distribution, then, you know, the 5-year to 7-year plan is eventually to sell one of our beer lines.
Yeah.
You know, if it's Baby Mama Drama or Daddy's Home or whatever it is, just the line of beer, you know, for a whole bunch of money, you know. Because my end plan, man, is to retire and move to the Bahamas.
Okay.
Buy me an island.
So I'm going to challenge you on that because you could probably do that now.
I could.
You probably could have done that.
I could. You're right.
So, and I think we all think like that. I think like that. I'm going to get these gyms to this point and then I'm going to retire.
Exactly.
But you could probably, right? So.
But not the way I want to.
Okay.
Like I want to.
Yeah.
My own.
So you said again, you said I'm a real CEO and Black Anhauser Bush, right?
Right.
That's an insight for me into your mindset. Like that's what drives you, right? Like one brewery in East Atlanta.
Right.
It's not going to do it.
No,
it's not going to get you out of bed.
No, it's not.
And even if you don't retire on your own island in the Bahamas, is that a failure, or is it the mindset that you have now? You saying I'm gonna be the Black Anhauser Bush, you pushing towards that.
Right.
Is that more important than getting there?
I think it is very important, and I feel very humble, not being arrogant, but I think that we can get there. I think it's going to be easy to get there, you know, because what people don't understand, it's so many breweries, but do you know who the #1 salt consumer right now for craft beer? African Americans.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They the #1 consumer that all these brewers are trying to bring into that brewery because.
But I don't see you get into what? Let's say 10-year plan. You blow up. You become Anheuser Bush. I don't see you sitting on a beach with your feet up for longer than a year before you go back to do something else. Do you, or is that
man.
just me?
That's just you, bro.
Okay. Because I think, yeah, you could, from what I've seen and what I've read about you and where you're at now, like I was talking to Sweets, and Sweets was retired too, he told me.
Yeah.
And then you pulled him out of retirement.
I did.
You came out of retirement.
I did.
What makes you think that you're gonna get to a point where you're like, because is it building the brands? Is it now when you're in there, in this location? Because I mean, compared to your other locations, this is tiny, right?
Right.
Is the best moment of opening these brands and doing this right now? I know it's hard, and I know it's long, and I know you're in it for 6 months, but is it this, or is it, because like you said, when you get to the highest level of Boston mortuary, you were sick of that shit.
Right
now you're coming in doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
It's probably minimum wage shit that you're doing, but you love it, you're alive.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, where is the happiness in this growing business stuff? Because for me, like,
it's when we get into stores.
Okay.
That's the game changer. You know, that's why we work so hard. Like this is just the start to see it. You know, we didn't know if beer was going to be profitable. I didn't know till the day I opened. And those are like numbers that other brewers don't tell you about. They be like, oh, well, you know. And I always wonder how the hell these big old breweries open and there's 10 people in there. And it don't cost nothing to make a beer.
Right.
You know, the profit margins are so I've never seen anything like it.
So the brewery is the experience, but where they're making the money is in the stores and in the cans.
No. This is where you make your money, your tap house.
Okay, I got you.
But as far as what I'm envisioning, is I think where I'm gonna really make money is out of here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So to you, happiness is chasing something. Is it bigger than you think you can reach, or is it something that you know you can reach?
I feel very confident I can reach.
And where does that come from? Does that come from the previous success? Like
No, man. It's just changing angles, man. Like if you look at companies like Creature Comfort, one beer, Tropical, a hit, man.
Yeah.
Sell beer in one state. 5 years, 100 employees now. 100 employees. And that was my biggest thing, is that I got to get out of the, the mom and pop mindset.
Okay.
Like you can't run this like a mom and pop. You can run this one location, but to where I'm trying to go, you gotta invest the capital to hire different people to do your marketing, your brewing. You know what I mean? It's just like you need other people, and that's something that I've really realized that we really need to do is we got to get out of the mom and pops mindset, man. If we're gonna take this to another level, if not, we'll never make it. It'll just be, we won't never get to our full potential.
How do you do that, do you think? How do you get out of that mindset? Because I think a lot of people get stuck in that mindset.
I'm out of it now, man. I understand. The thing is, once you realize, like, we ran those funeral homes mom and pop.
Yeah.
So
you're doing everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. And just, kind of watching over everybody. But you need people that you trust in place, man. Like Sweets didn't have to come back,
right.
and work here.
Yeah.
But he believed in the brand, and so did I. And that's why we know that how it's going to be eventually, especially when we open Stone Mountain and we can get beer out in the stores.
So how do you feel like, because there's a brewery across the street, right?
Yep.
How do you feel like these two breweries get treated? Do they get treated the same way? Is it okay? Is it mostly white people go to that one, and African American people go to this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get it. You know what I mean? You know, I get it. You know, this ain't the easiest neighborhood, and I'm sure, but you probably know about it.
No
too.
comment.
You know, this is not the easiest neighborhood, especially for bringing African Americans back here, because they work so hard. Not all of them, but it's a small group, like 15 people, you know, that's been here and, you know, worked so hard to get the African Americans out of this neighborhood. When they see this new place coming up and thriving with a majority of African American clientele, it's like a smack in the face to them, you know what I mean? So, you know, they might get more praise from, you know, the community than we get, but we get more business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's just the way it goes. And I just,
I mean, you don't mind that, right? Because this is why you opened it.
Yeah,
you opened it
exactly.
to bring African American people into craft
well,
beer.
not just that. I just wanted a brewery.
Right.
You know, hell,
Yeah.
I didn't even know we was the first black-owned brewery.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't.
cool.
I swear to God.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
just wanted to open a
Right.
brewery. Yeah.
And you know, that's what we did, and you know, we've been. It's been great, man.
Good.
You know, I ain't complaining. I never complain. It's just something I don't do, and I think the reason I don't complain is because you know how poor I was growing up.
You know, you've just opened 3 breweries in the space of a year. Well, 8 months almost.
Right.
When they eventually get fucking approved by the city, you know how that is. And
Oh God, yeah.
yeah.
That's
So we'll not talk about that, but. At the end of a pandemic, or like I guess some people would say still in the middle of a pandemic, to invest all that money and to believe in something like that tells me you have a different relationship with money than most people, right? Because most people are doing this right now, right? Most people are like holding on to their pennies, whereas you've gone like this. No, it's time to go because I believe in me and I believe in what we can do and I believe in my team.
Right.
Like that's a different kind of mindset to what a lot of people.
I'm 20 years in entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting on the damn real estate market to crash. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. So I just, you know, man, it's kind of hard to say because I just think about business different. I don't procrastinate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I say I'm gonna do it, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done, you know, steadfast. You know what I mean? I don't like I just went to Mexico. I got back, I went, what's today? Saturday? I went Thursday at 8 o'clock. I got back 8 o'clock a.m. Landed in Mexico at 12:30.
Yeah.
They came in, the distillery came, picked us up from the airport, went to the distillery, tried all these different tequilas that we wanted to label and import back to the U.S. for Hosea.
Yeah.
And I flew back yesterday. I got back to Atlanta at 6:30. You know what I mean?
Back
Yesterday.
in here brewing.
Yeah. And I just don't procrastinate, man. It's about business. If you have the capital to invest in yourself. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean?
So this is where you're excited.
I am totally
This is
excited
where
about this.
you'll go to Mexico, come back on a red-eye flight, and come right back to the brewery because it's getting you up
with
every-
tequila.
Right. But you've already hit so many levels of success.
Right.
So the happiness is in that journey, do you think? Is there something in just like, when are the moments that you sit back and go, this is awesome? Because I mean, you must be pretty tired, right?
I'm tired as hell
today.
right now. Yeah, I am.
So how do you get up and be like, nah, I gotta do it. I gotta keep going.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta work. You know what I mean? You gotta do it. Sweets called me this morning, 8:30. I was still asleep. And I got up at like 9:30 and said, okay, I'm ready to rock and roll. Meet me over here. And that's what we do, man. I get up every day.
Yeah.
I know I got to get it, man. I gotta chase the paper, as they say, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta get it. I'm not no lazy guy, man. You know what I mean? And I don't do all this for me. I do it for the kids anyway. You know what I mean? So it ain't about me. When I'm retiring in Nassau on my island,
Yeah.
then it'll be about me.
Okay.
Now they can work their ass off.
Yeah.
I just want to just sit back and chill out, you know, because I work so hard, man.
Right.
7 days a week. I'm telling you, man.
And you honestly think you're gonna sit on a beach and retire?
I know for a fact, man. I've been working so hard. I'm telling you, man. Like,
because I tell people that all the time. I'm like, there'll be a moment when I don't want to do this anymore. I want to smoke cigars and sit on the beach, and they go, "No way, I know you. You're not gonna be happy doing it."
Nah, man. Shit, you just fly
like,
to another
I'd like
beach
to find
and do it,
out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd like to find out if you can get bought at Paradise.
Right.
Because I don't know.
I just feel, man, honestly, like, because if the Lord blesses me to that level, man, I won't have to work. My kids gonna be straight. I won't have to work. Like, I can just chill out and sleep till 3 o'clock, and I can do whatever the hell I want to do. If I want to fly somewhere, I can just fly. That's gonna be my happiness when I get to that level. And I think I can do it. So
Love
make sure you save this podcast.
I'm gonna. And we'll do the next one on the beach.
Yeah, right.
On your private island. And you'll be like, I just opened 15 surf shops. And I'll be like, God damn it, you tell me you're going to retire. Thanks for your time.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the cigar. It's great. It was, man. It was good.
Thank you.
It was great, man.